Hey there, welcome to another sword review. I recently reached out to RVA Katana in Richmond, Virginia, and they were kind enough to send me this here Moritaka Vortex to review. Though this will not sway my opinion in any way, and I will not be biased, and I will review the sword with 100% honesty. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's start off with the ska. The ska is a synthetic silk with real Samegawa panels. The triangles are unfortunately not very consistent, which you can see in the photo. This ska does not include any Hishigami in it, though it is surprisingly tight. The only area of concern is probably the ito covering the manuki, which I did notice over the course of using the sword to cut with, that the ito over the manuki did come looser than how it came originally, revealing the wooden core or handle underneath. Which, speaking of the core, does not have an inlaid space for the Samegawa panels to rest on, which you can see here. The kashiro or pommel, however, is rock solid and doesn't budge at all, even with all the cutting it's been used for. Though, whenever I tried to disassemble the sword, it was rather difficult to do so, which is a common little issue with reproductions that I've noticed, as I assume most people aren't disassembling their swords, so many manufacturers often overlook the tinier details like the ease in disassembly. But, to my surprise, whenever I took the handle off, there was a little laser-etched signature on the tang, which is a nice little detail. Now, let's move on to the saya, or sheath. The saya is a ishime or matte textured saya, which, to my surprise, like the katana, has a distal tapering, which is where it slims out as you progressively go from the collar of the blade to the very tip or kisaki, which I thought felt nice. The sheath also comes with buffalo horn reinforcements on the koiguchi, kurikata, and koijiri, also known as the mouth of the scabbard, knob or loop attached to the sheath where the sagyo goes through, and the very end of the sheath. It was both very surprising and pleasant to see buffalo horn reinforcements on a blade at this price point, which is around $200, as these are typically seen on blades at a higher price point. All the positives aside, the sheath initially did come with an okay grip on the hibaki or blade collar, which is tight enough to not have the blade fall out whenever it was upside down. But for some reason, the more I used it, the looser it got, and now it refuses to hold the blade in the sheath whenever it's at an angle. But if this happens to be the case with your Vortex, I would recommend shimming it with a wood veneer or something similar. Now, before we get to the cutting footage, I would like to conclude this review with the pros and cons list. Let's start off with the pros. This sword had a mostly tight ito wrap and a saya with buffalo horn part reinforcements, with the blade being very durable and sharp with a nice bounce to it. Now, as for the cons, these include the loose ito over the manuki and a loose saya. Now, I mentioned the sword being durable because while I was cutting, I had accidentally struck the wooden stick holding on my pool noodles, and I'd actually cut through it without damaging the blade at all. This is very typical of 9260 steel, as it is a very forgiving steel type, making this a great beater sword.
Oh, that took that from my hand.
To conclude, I would like to mention that while the ito wrap was loose over the manuki, and that the saya grip was also loose, these are all fixable issues. The ito wrap is easily fixed by using something like a spray lacquer, and the saya issue is being fixed by using a wooden shim. So with that being said, for a little over $200, I would definitely recommend this sword from RVA Katana as a good entry-level blade. With its steel's forgiving nature, this would make a great backyard cutter for people getting into the hobby. Now, I would like to say thank you to RVA Katana for giving me the opportunity to review one of your swords, and I also look forward to reviewing more in the future. Now, let's get to the cutting footage. Thank you guys so much for watching up to this point. I tried doing a shorter review than last time, but including more cutting footage as opposed to me just talking. So, if you like this format or prefer more specifics on the sword, please do let me know down in the comments below. And remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.